Hey houseplant friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to do a houseplant collection tour. This is all of the plants that I have as of April 1st, 2025. I gave birth to my son January 20th, 2024, so we are right now about 15 months postpartum. I'm doing really well. I would not consider the video that I filmed when I was 2 months postpartum, which is when I posted, filmed. I don't know when I posted it, but it's when I filmed my other postpartum plant collection, because I got rid of like all of those because we moved into this very small like apartment. Basically, we are living in one room in my mother-in-law's house. I know a lot of people have been confused. They're like, I'm so confused because you were in Arizona and now you're in this other place. And we've actually been living here since September. And that's why you're gonna hear a lot of noises, because my mother-in-law right now is watching Kai so that I can film this video. And they're doing cleaning. Kai loves the vacuum. I'm gonna make an entire video about how I've made this little studio room work for us, but this is where we keep all of our things. This is where we have our beds, our desks. It's Kai's playroom. To do that, we use a shiki futon, which is basically, it's like a Japanese futon. We use a tatami mat. It works really well for us, and we get to put it away and then use the space when we're not actually sleeping, which is like so helpful. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Please don't forget to join the Discord, discord.gg/plantingashley. Follow me on Instagram. My content goes pretty hand in hand, Instagram and YouTube, so I'm always like posting stills and photos that I've taken on Instagram, and then YouTube is where the videos go. I am gonna start, I think, taking my videos that are finished and editing them into a YouTube short and an Instagram reel. So keep an eye out for that. But yeah, if you want to be an extra giga cool person, you can join my YouTube channel memberships. Here are my current YouTube channel members. Thank you guys so much. Thank you so much. Some of you on this list have been a member for over 5 years, which is pretty wild, because that means that you were a member before I was ever even like known in the community. But let me get into my houseplant collection. I am so excited to show my plants to you. I'm really proud of them. The first one I want to show you is the plant that I've had for longer than any other plant in this room right now. And this is my Hoya carnosa compacta variegata. This guy is what you will also know as like a variegated rope Hoya. Let me move my terrarium. Hoya carnosa compacta variegata, and she is big. I definitely need to repot her soon. It's been a really long time, but I wrap her up on top of herself so that way Kai can't pull her down, and it just makes, I guess it just makes her look a little bit fuller, but she's very large. She's very long, large, wonderful. All of the new growth on her is turning white, like pretty seriously white, the point where it's like browning off because it doesn't know what to do. You can see that these new growth points right here, also just white. This one is so cool though. Look at this like green stripe down the middle. Up here, all the new growth is coming in white. So she's being a little silly goofy, but we can't blame her for it. She is a plant. But yeah, I just kind of wrap her up like this, and that helps keep her just safer. So Hoya carnosa compacta. Here is another let's move this somewhere else. Here is another I gave my plants away plant. This is my everything's a Hoya. This is my Monstera adansonii mint, and she is losing these two leaves here. They've been there for forever, so basically this is my plant. And I was growing this in a jar actually, but I recently moved it into my friend assembly pot. I love it so much. I went into a plant shop in 2019 and they were using this friend assembly pot as a pencil holder, and I begged them to let me buy it, and they sold it to me for like $5, which is crazy because friend assembly is a very expensive ceramica. Obsessed. Love her so much. Love the seam on the pot. Love friend assembly. But yeah, Monstera adansonii mint. I think it's, when I stopped collecting, they called it Mint Archipelago. I don't know if that's what they still call it. This terrarium right here, this is full of my Micans aurea. Micans aurea was one of the plants that I purchased right at the end of like my plant buying spree. Let's put our girl right here. There we go. Now we're like a little bit more balanced. I thrifted this with Tasha, I think in 2022, and this is a old water jar that someone took and used a glass cutter on and then put it on this little tray right here. And I love it so much. This is where I keep my variegated Micans aurea. And when I was not doing plants again yet, this was actually where all of my plants were. Here's a photo right here. I had my mother-in-law send them to me because as you guys know, I got back into plants when I was like in Arizona, and 2 weeks before I came back, I was like, can you please send me a photo of my plants? How are they doing? Because I may not have been actively taking care of any of these, but I know how valuable they are, and I knew that if I ever lost these, I would be very sad because it would be probably still expensive, and Micans aurea is still very expensive. In fact, it has a new name now. They call them Micans Ferrari. And some people think that the pink variegated ones are different than the aurea, but they're definitely the exact same because I bought 3 reverted aurea cuttings and all of them have been putting out pink as well. So, but yeah, this is my bundle. It grew a ton, so these are actually all cut down to individual nodes, so they're all growing back in. That's where you can see these like kind of really little leaves right here. This one, super little. And then I did give Tasha my very favorite leaf that I had. So she was like, you know, giving me all these plants because I'm starting my collection again. And I wanted to give her the prettiest one that I had. So, because you don't give someone something and like, oh, let me give them the worst one that I have. I don't know. Okay, this one is completely yellow, this new leaf right here. But yeah, it was one long vine. I cut it down and now we're rooting it. And I took the other plants that were in here out. There weren't a ton of them. There was a Monstera obliqua in here at one point, but that did not survive the changeover in the change of the guard, I suppose. Gotta be very careful putting this back on. I literally never, ever, ever open this because I'm too scared. I don't want to put down the glass on a leaf on accident. And it looks like we're good. We did it. Yep, so it just lives in there. It does have this open hole at the top, and it thrived for over 15 months without me having to do literally anything to take care of it. So it does really, really, really well in there. Next, let me show you this guy. So this has a philodendron cream stripe in here. I think it's cream stripe. It might be, I don't know. I'll have to ask Tasha what it is. She gave it to me. And then also in here is a reverted Micans. There's 3 reverted aurea Micans cuttings in there. And they will come back and bring back some color. All 3 that I bought, okay, I bought, maybe I can even find it in the original video, but I'm pretty sure I paid $75, $95, and $63 for each cutting of my Micans aurea, and I got them all locally, and all of them were like reverted. So yeah, I love this. I got this at a Succulent Day, which is unfortunately closing, and this ceramic base is my I was given by RM Botanicals for free. They just gave it to me. I bought a kokedama and it was in this, and they were like, do you have anything to hold your kokedama? And I was like, no. So they just gave it to me, and that was in 2019. Love RM Botanicals. In this terrarium, which I got from Franz Witty. They sell these in a lot of places though. I saw it for the first time at Franz Witty. And originally I actually saw this at I think it was the Jungle Box in Arizona. A couple of these are new, but what is not new is this Burley Marks Fantasy that's growing up the side right there. Philodendron Burley Marks Fantasy. Dude, look at it. It's really staying in there. And I love that plant. It is one of my favorite plants of all time. This particular one is actually from Botanicas. Love Botanicas. Then also tucked in here, I have another Micans Aurea. She has a broken leaf, but it's not like severed, and it is starting to give us new growth, so that is exciting. I don't know if you can see it. It's hard to see. It's right down here. This guy. And then the final plant from the old guard is this white Albo Monstera Adansonii, which is underneath this guy. And that's this plant right here, this one. It has 2 leaves, and all of those plants were together in that my little Micans prop box. Then I have this guy. This is Hoya species Sabah, and this I gave to Tasha. She gave it back to me because she was like, no, it was originally your plant. I want you to have it since you're back into plants and you love them. And I do love Hoya. Absolutely love the Hoya species Sabah. This is the original jar and moss I've had it in. You can see it's come back to life. Super fun. She wrapped the original new growth down around the bottom, so it's like actually rooting down this way, and then it shot out this brand new strand. So then the final plant, which I got back, which I did not have when I came back from Arizona, is this. This is actually my Monstera Albo that I got for like $50 off Facebook Marketplace. Here's an old photo of her. She was so so beautiful. I gave her to Tasha, but Tasha told me that, and she didn't tell me when I gave them to her because she knew I was like stressed out and freaking out, but like almost all the plants that I gave Tasha when I had to like stop collecting, they all had thrips, like pretty bad. So when she gave it back to me, I did find thrips on a cutting of another plant. So it had 2 leaves when she gave it back to me. I cut them off, and it has a very substantial root system, so I made sure to cut it above the auxiliary node or bud. I don't remember what they're called, but yeah, so I'm gonna grow it back in from this thrip free. Normally I wouldn't have done that. I would have just cared for it, but now that I have Spirit of Sanctity in my collection, I want to be extra careful. All right, now let's get into the new plants. In here, I've been letting this guy get some air because he got a little too musty and got a little bit of that like string mold growing on it. But this is a plant I bought recently, and this is the variegated jade Syndapsis aurea, and she is gorgeous, literally perfection incarnate. Look at these leaves. She's very long. She goes all the way down there, and I actually covered, like, these 2 leaves are also part of her, so she wraps all the way around. And I bought this one, like you can see there's a leaf tucked right in here as well, and they're not like rotting, which is super nice. This one is though. This is a failing propagation of a epipremnum. That is so disgusting. Anyways, yeah, I put a bunch of plants in here trying to propagate them, but yeah, not all of them are doing well. But yeah, this is almost completely my variegated jade aurea. Love her. I did buy one of these right before I stopped collecting. I don't know what I did with it. No idea. I have 0 idea. I'm sure I gave it to someone or I sold it because I wouldn't let that plant die. Maybe I gave it to Brooklyn. Not sure, but like, she's gorgeous. I got this for $50 at a Zamzo's. It had been there, I guess, for 2.5 years. So he was like, I'll give it to you for a super good deal. and he gave it to me for 50 bucks. I saw one of these recently being sold by the plant farm at our Idaho Botanical Garden show, or our International Idaho Garden Convention. I don't know. It was this thing I went to. And the plant farm was there, which was cool. It's my first time seeing plant farm plants in person. And they were selling fruited plants of these for like 180 up to 250. So I guess you could say I got a pretty good steal of a deal on this one. But I love her. She's so pretty. Let's talk about the rest of this. So in here, I have quite a few fun plants. Tasha gave me almost all of these. So this one right here is Alocasia cuprea. She's got 2 leaves. And Tasha gave me that. Right here we have Alocasia dragon's breath. And super pretty. Tasha's big one is gorgeous. Tasha gave me that. We have a couple begonia in here, which I don't know if you're going to be able to see that well. But here's one leaf that is, I'm trying to root. And then there's another one tucked right here. There's a begonia ferox in here that is not doing super hot, and that one is actually right here. Right there. It was rooted, but it was like not doing well when she gave it to me, so we were like, fingers crossed. Then I have this Monstera Standleyana albo. I got this from the Jungle Box. It was $19.95. Then I have this. This is a, ugh, it's doing that mold thing again. Gross. A Syngonium red spot tricolor right in the middle, and it's got a new leaf coming in. Super, super pleased with her. So that is all of my plants that I have in here. Tasha gave me most of them, and they're all doing pretty good, except for that ferox, I guess. Here is a Hoya macrophylla alba, or no, Hoya macrophylla pot of gold. So pretty. I got this for $1 at a Home Depot. I left it there in a big pot, like there was a big pot of it, and it was $12.95, and it had alba marginata and this pot of gold in there. And the guy who worked that section said that he thought it was dying, so he took the pot of gold part out, stuck it in this, and it's just been on clearance for 3 weeks. And he sold it to me for $1. I think that he thought that this variegation in the middle of the leaf was like it dying, which is actually so funny for me because that's like literally why I bought it. This one leaf is not doing very good. I'll probably cut it off. It's like progressively actually yellowing. But yeah, this is my newest acquisition. My little girly. I gotta pot her up. Like you can tell she's not. Ceramics are really important to me. Okay, I like my plants to all be aesthetic. I don't know if you guys can tell. I'm in my aesthetic mom era. I want everything to match. I did my time as a plant mom where I didn't care about how the pots looked and things, and that is gonna no longer be our situation. This one, also a newer acquisition. This is my Amedrium medium silver. I have wanted one of these for forever, literally forever. I've never bought one because they have always been way too expensive, but I compromised. I found this gigantic one. It was $40 at a nursery in my city called Madeline George. And I haven't been there in a couple years, but I walked in, I saw her, and I was like, well, today I will own an Amedrium medium silver. Zamzo sells some smaller ones for $20, so I could have definitely gotten a smaller one. But the most important part of plant collecting to me is actually having a connection with the plant. So if I find one where I've literally been waiting since like 2022, 2021 to buy one of these because I've just never felt like that moment. I felt it with this one and I was like, oh my gosh. And then I got this new leaf on her. Are you even kidding me, you guys? She's gorgeous. She's perfect. I put her in this Urban Jungle pot I got at some point from Lowe's with a plant in it. I don't know what plant was in it, but it's gone now. She's literally perfect. I love her so much. This is my Pothos Jasenia. She needs to be watered. I'm keeping her right now in a very thick mix, which I need to repot her into something that is less thick because she needs to be watered like every 2 or 3 days. Or maybe that's just how pothos are and I just don't know. I shouldn't say pothos. I'm the one that made the video about how they're not pothos. This is Epipremnum Jasenia. I got this from a big box store And look at her, she's so freaking cute. Oh my gosh, I love it. I've never seen a Jesenia that looks like this. Just minty and gorgeous. When I texted Harley that I was in love with this one, I was like, I guess I like pothos now. She was like, are you even kidding me? Like, this is a big deal. Don't lie to me right now. And I was like, girl, this is not an April Fool's joke. Love you. Love you. My first pothos I've ever owned. Then I have this cutting of Philodendron Heteroraceum variegata. And I love it so much. It's giving me a new leaf. No roots yet, but I'm sure we'll get them eventually. I'm rooting her in water. I went and thrifted this this like iridescent glass jar. I thrifted this from a thrift store called St. Vincent's. And it was $1. So pretty. Oh, I'm so excited to have a big plant of this again. This is one of my favorite plants ever. Okay, then this is my Myrtillocactus Geometrizans stacker. And check her out. So it just grows a bunch of these little teeny tiny, like Myrtillo Geometrizans balls. It's got actually a new one coming in right here. And that's the only new one that's coming in right now. But yeah, they just grow for forever in these little teeny tiny stacker guys. And I love it so much. I've had this one, I think, since 2020 or 2021. It's been a long time. I used to have a tag on it, but I don't have the tag anymore. This is my white princess. I got this one recently. Got this from a Zamzars. You already know I already got it from a Zamzos. And I'm a little sad, little achy breaky, because this leaf right here is not doing so good. It's got a bunch of waterlogging. Honestly, I'm just gonna cut that off so it doesn't get disgusting all over everyone else. But this one is making pink. And I got her because there was this gorgeous pink white princess, and I was like, I didn't know that was possible because it's a white princess and then there's the pink princess. But turns out that only some white princess will also make pink. And I went back and I got this one. This one was the other one that was there. It was $2 more expensive because Samzo's has 2 different vendors. And it's actually gonna give me a new leaf up here very soon. You can see it kind of coming in. And then we're also getting a new leaf down here. You can kind of see it right here. This little friend right there. And I'm so excited. You'll also notice I have moss around like the top of all of these because I don't fuck around. I don't fuck around, dude. They must be air layered. Everything must be air layered at all times for forever. This was the first plant I got back once I started like getting into houseplants again. And this is my Philodendron Strawberry Shake. She is being a little kooky. I don't know what she's trying to do up here. I think that she is about to give me that type of growth point where it grows from like that little guy instead of like coming out of the leaf. It comes out of this like guy up here. I can't remember what it's called, but that's when it matures a little bit. This is the newest leaf I got when I bought it. It gave me this one pretty shortly after. And then this is the next newest leaf, and I don't know what it's trying to do. I might air layer the entire thing. Long story short, they gave this one to me for free, and I'm literally going to have it forever. She's so beautiful. Next, we have more Tasha plants. So this is my Syngonium albopodophyllum. Tasha just gave this to me, all of this. I was asking for a cutting because when we were at her place, she was like, let me know what you want cuttings of. I would love to give you anything that you are wanting a cutting of. And she had this propagation she already had going. She was like, you can just have the entire propagation. There's like 4 plants in here. And then also tucked in here are variegated Micans Halo. I'll just pull one out. There's a couple of these in here. This is technically the external variegated form. So there's the Halo, And then there is the Aurea, 2 different types of the variegation. They're rooting in super, super well. All that white root is the newest part that I've grown in myself. You can see the new growth point is already coming in right there. And I love it. There's a couple in here, and it's not one of my favorite plants, but I love micans, and it's one of Tasha's favorite plants, and she was like, I really want you to have this. So, because after I walked around and I only asked for this plant, and then for this one. I only asked her for these 2 because these are 2 of my favorite plants. But then she was like, well, you need a cream stripe, and you need these alocasia, and you need the Micans halo. And I was like, I'm not going to say no. All right. We're going to talk about this one first because it's hard to put down. This is my Spiritus Sancti, and I got this from Greenscapes Boutique. She's beautiful. I'm actively air laying her. I haven't repotted them, but I have them in, because you'll see the other one in a second, which is my mom's, and I'm holding on to it for her. But yeah, this one is my Spiritus Sancti. I'm air layering it actively. It's growing from this thing, which is what I was talking about. I think my shake might be doing. I've got my glass art hanging from it because I love this glass art. My mom got that for me for hitting 30,000 subscribers back in 2022 or 2023. I can't remember. I think it was 2023. Yeah, so I wet this moss 3 times a day, and I use distilled water. And I love her. This is the newest leaf. She developed this right before I bought her. I have this in a Brooke Seidel retired rainbow pot in a macrame hanger that Tasha gave me. And she is my favorite thing in the entire world. I never thought I would get to own a non-tissue culture full-size Spiritus Sancti. But here we are. And she's perfect. I'm going to hang her back up now because she's gigantic and heavy and delicate. So this is the Sancti I have for my mom. I'm holding on to this one for her. When it gets warmer, I'll send it to her. This is the newest leaf that's coming in. It is still hardening, and these Sancti leaves actually grow kind of like an anthurium. So they'll come out smaller than their final form, basically. Here is this gorgeous leaf. Are you kidding me? I got these for $198 each. And that is a crazy price because in Boise, I don't know where it is everywhere else. I think that they're still expensive everywhere else, but the non-tissue culture, well, the tissue culture ones, which do grow different and have a little bit different color, in my city, those sell for like over $100. So for just $198, the fact that you can get a full-size non-tissue culture, actually psychotic. I got this little coach mushroom dangling off of it because I think it's cute. Then, and this one's smaller. I don't have it in a huge pot with a hole to do, so that one's easier to keep on the ground. And sometimes I actually keep that one on my shelf instead, just to keep it away from the window. Then we have my second most recent acquisition, and that is this gigantic Ahoya Splash. And it is very splashy. Parts of this could honestly have been sold as the Super Splash, which are very expensive in my area, like $100. Like, she's gigantic. She's giving me a bunch of new leaves right now actively, and actually by bringing her down and showing you, a little one did come off, which makes me really sad. This one just came off, so sad. But yeah, this is her. She's beautiful. I got her from the plant farm, and I need to cut off these like hardening stick guys so that she can keep growing. I have this in a pot which is originally from Urban Jungle because I bought something that came in this pot, and I keep all my ceramics, okay? I love them. I'm also gonna hang her back up because I don't want to lose any more of those brand new leaves. This is her hanging. We're at the final plant that I have to show you. And this is my Hoya species Bertonii affinity variegata inner variegata. I said that's so weird. I have this in a Brook Seedle retired rainbow pot, and I love her so much. I got her from Home Depot, and I think it was a Proven Winners plant, and they have a bunch of their plants in these. So they have like the normal ones, the normal 4 inches that don't come in anything special, and then they have some that do come in a special pot, but they're all interchangeable and none of them say not marked for individual resale. So I took 2 pretty ones that were in pots, just took them out, swapped them with the unprettier ones. I put the less pretty ones into the pot, and I got each of these for $4.98. It's so pretty. She's actively growing too. She's gorgeous. I have her hanging from a hook. Anyways, it's gorgeous. I keep it on a hook right there that I mounted. My mother-in-law bought me that hook, and I was like, ooh, instead of a hook, could we do a curtain rod? And she was like, yes. But then after the curtain rod was up, she was like, you can still hang the hook. So I hung the hook. And that's where this beauty goes. Anyways, that is my houseplant collection as of April 1st, 2025. I am so excited for what the future holds. I have a wish list that I'll be making a video on probably next week, so you guys can see what my wish list is after being back in the community for about 2 months. And yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. If you haven't yet, join my Discord. That is non-negotiable. If you want to be an extra helper, you can join my YouTube channel memberships. Again, here are my YouTube channel members. Thank you. Thank you so much to all of you. I will see you guys in the next houseplant section. I'm really happy with all of these. I don't know, I'm just so happy to have all these plants again. So, all right. Bye.